Greetings, you expendable lackeys. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham. Welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. And today I'm joined by Marshall.
You always treat your audience like that? Just...
They like it, I assume. I don't really know.
Expendable lackeys.
Yeah. That's not the worst thing I've called them.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Today we're opening a collector booster of Streets of New Capenna.
Can I look at it real
Please.
quick? Please. And this is weird. I actually just want to look at the package.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
very shiny.
Gorgeous.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's got my Thieving Magpie vibes. Just like I just want to my precious.
That'd be a good one too. Thieving Magpies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say you're probably the one of the originators of the Crack-A-Pack.
Yeah. Like, Ryan and I came up with it when we were doing the when we first were planning out what to do on the show.
Yeah.
And we thought it would just be a cool way to like put ourselves in the seat of the viewer so that they could like get an idea how we approach these things, because you can talk about theory all you want, but it's only when you get the cards in your hand that you face down the decision.
Exactly. Which means that we will be telling you at the end of this what our draft pick would be.
Which was going to be funny
out of a potential collector booster draft, yeah. So by the way, look at the actual wrapper itself is like, it's like extra
foil?
thick. Yeah.
Would you describe it as thick?
I would describe it as thick. So,
wow.
All the regular cards are foil because it's a collector booster, and in fact, everything will be foil unless it is special in some other way to be noted as we go through it. First up, Revelation of Power. 1 and a white for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it has a counter on it, it also gains flying and lifelink.
Don't care.
All right.
Combat trick out. I'm setting the bar way higher than that.
Broker's Hideout. So this is that cycle of the weird, like, it's not Evolving Wilds, but it's like, so I'll just read this one. When Broker's Hideout enters the battlefield, sacrifice it. So just immediately sacrifice it. When you do, search your library for a basic, in this case, forest, plains, or island, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle, and you gain a life.
And you gain a life. These are really cool.
Yeah.
You know, there's also like some sub-themes that these work with. These are the types of cards that look a little strange when you first see them. But when we play this set, you'll go, oh, okay, I get it. Right? Like there's a thing that cares about getting 5 costs in the yard. Well, there's 0 for free. Yeah.
Oh, Gathering Throng. 2 and a white for a 3/1 human
hard
citizen.
G on the
Throng. Gathering Throng. It's a 3/1 citizen for 3. When it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for any number of cards named Gathering Throng, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle.
That's always a cool mechanic.
Yeah. How many Throngs do you have?
Yeah.
Antagonize. What kind of card do you figure Antagonize is? The set's very new to us at the time of recording.
Removal.
It's another combat trick. Ugh. It's 1 and a red.
Does it force something to block at least?
No, it says 1 and a red instant. Target creature gets, but it's only 2 mana. Target creature gets +4/+3.
That's what it does?
Yeah, until end of turn.
Wow, I'm not surprised that that's very powerful. And the reason why is completely unrelated to anything other than the fact that it is a 1-word card. And there are only so many of those that they can print.
Yeah.
And when they do, they usually make it has a little extra something.
They printed Strangle in this set.
Wow, that's a good word.
And Whack.
Whack?
Whack.
What does Whack do?
It's a -4/-4.
Oh, wow.
It's instant, I think, or sorcery. It's cheaper if you. It's one of the ones that it's part of the cycle of color hosers that like it's like.
Oh, if it targets something.
If it targets
a specific color.
Green permanent, I think. White permanent. Right. So it's similar to like Ray of Enfeeblement from AFR.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you said Whack, I thought, a little. But that's more like.
No. This is like because it's the crime set. It's like now we're gonna whack him.
Oh, that kind of.
Yeah.
I missed
You got to
it.
put yourself in the.
I got it now.
The crime set.
Whack means kill. Yeah. In Goodfellas or whatever.
Patch up, for example, if you don't get fully whacked. 2 and a white for a sorcery. Return up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Okay. I'll fix you up.
Cement Shoes.
They went really hard on this set. Like, I love these type of movies, right? And you can tell that they did a lot of research.
Oh yeah,
watching a bunch of Scorsese movies.
So it's single mana for an equipment. The equipped creature gets +3/+3 and has at the beginning of your end step tap this creature. And this equipped creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. So you got to attack with it, or else it's going to get tapped at the end of your turn, and it won't untap next turn. So then you got to, I guess, move the shoes. It's 2 mana to equip.
Feel like cement shoes are the thing you put on your opponent's creature right before you shove him off the side of the boat and say,
"Yeah, like a dead weight kind of aura."
Right. Like, I know you can't equip to your opponent's stuff like per the rules, but you're making an enchantment, or
I love the idea that it's like, no, stop that. Now he has to wear the shoes this turn, so you can stand back
how
up.
hard it is to take off cement shoes once they've dried? Like, you can't just swap them around. The equip cost should be like 5, and you have to sacrifice the creature. Like,
you need a chisel.
Yeah.
Different equipment. We got a plains. It's a real.
Does it look good?
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh my god.
The full art, like the big Art Deco full art lands in this set are very nice.
Olga Cheryshenko.
I'm a big fan of the mountain, especially.
Incredible. Yeah. That's beautiful.
We got a tramway station. This is part of the new cycle of dual lands. So they enter tap, they tap for 2 colors, and then for 4 mana and tap and sack, you draw a card.
I love these.
I knew you would.
These are just some of my absolute favorite types of designs. Anytime you can take a dual land, primarily for limited is what I'm thinking, and you give it something to do later in the game, these have been a huge success in limited. They smooth things over, and they also mean that if you happen to flood out, which is a problem in limited, a lot of times you don't have a way to mitigate that, it gives you something to do. And this is, drawing a card, now that's something to do.
Everyone likes that.
Yeah.
We've got a showcase version of Cormella Glamour Thief. 1 and a full Grixis for a 2/4 Vampire Rogue with haste. For 1 and tap, add blue-black-red. Spend this mana only to cast instant or sorcery spells. When Cormella dies, return up to 1 instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand.
That's very powerful.
Yeah, that does seem powerful.
That's really good. Yeah, I think probably most of the time you play it and maybe even get in there for 2, and then the next turn you start using the mana ramp ability.
Turning 1 mana into 3. It's pretty good. And she's got haste, so you can do that the turn she comes out.
You can, and you just need a very specific set where you have like 5 mana available and instant or sorcery that costs 3 or less for this type of mana, but you could do that too.
So this happened with Kenji as well. I don't know if you've seen much of this particular showcase frame art style, but there's a further fancier version of this where the edges are embossed. Look at this. Look at that.
What?
Oh yeah.
Is that gold inlaid?
Yeah, it's like they've embossed the gold frame of it. It's very fancy looking.
Okay, well, I'm going to just say that this looks amazing, and by comparison, this does not.
Yeah, but you look at them side by side.
What the heck?
I know.
Like, this looked pretty cool when you showed it to me, but now I just want that.
Yeah.
That's way better.
I just realized I did the thing again. Why don't you read this one?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Shattered Seraph. So this is Obscura. This is 4 white, blue, black.
Nice.
For a 4/4 flying angel. And when it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life.
So 7 mana,
4/4
flyer, gain 3 life.
Really good. That's just right on the border.
Yeah,
like if you can ramp at some point, like that helps stabilize. But then it has this ability, a few of these cards have it. I think there's a whole cycle. Pay 2 and you exile it from your hand, and target land gains tap for one of the 3 colors that this is. So white, blue, or black, until Shattered Seraph is cast from exile. You may cast Shattered Seraph for as long as it remains exiled.
What I like about these is that with this cycle is that they fix themselves. So like if you're in Grixis,
that's a great point,
which is already blue, black, red, right? You actually don't need to run any other fixing except this card to cast this card.
Yes. And you get 2 of your 3 colors fixed up until you even need to.
Yeah.
This is excellent.
Yeah.
This cycle, this to me, these are the types of cards. A lot of times they come out with a card and I go, yeah, I probably would have come to that at some point. As a non-game designer, this never, ever, ever would have occurred to me.
Never would have thought to do that.
Also,
ability.
that is flat out gorgeous.
It's
so
awesome.
Cool.
We've got got one of the new triomes.
Ooh, very nice.
foil Spara's Headquarters. So it's a Forest Plains Island. Taps for all those things, enters tapped, and cycles for 3. So this is the other half of the cycle from Ikoria.
Yeah, so a Bant tri-land, basically.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, we got a card here from one of the commander decks, and so it's got the extra wide art on this one. Spiteful Repossession. 4 and a red for a sorcery. 5 mana red sorcery. Okay.
Better be gaining control of a lot of things.
It deals damage to each opponent who controls more lands than you, equal to the difference. Then create a number of treasure tokens equal to the damage dealt this way.
That's hilarious. It's so funny because, like, you look at that and you just think, like, come on, what are we doing here, right? It's already 5 mana. Like, how much more land is your opponent going to have? And then you go, right, commander. Like, people, there's always the one player who's just like, oh, you ramp. And you're like, you know what, buddy? How about kill your thing and I'm going to equalize on treasures as well.
So if someone's got 3 more lands than you, and someone else has 2 more lands than you, and someone else has less lands than you, then you deal 3 to them and 2 to them, and you get 5 treasure.
Well, it does it to all of the other opponents?
It's each opponent,
that's absurd. Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, as a commander card, that seems great.
It is just hilarious that it costs 5. So it was clearly designed for an environment where people routinely have more than 5 lands on the battlefield, which is commander. That's it.
Yeah. Ooh, another extended wide art here for Rabble Rousing. 4 and a white for Hideaway 5. An enchantment, pardon me, with Hideaway 5. And whenever, so it's because they've changed Hideaway now. This is, if you haven't seen the Judge video that we prepared for the new Capenna pre-release, check that out. But this is, you look at the top 5 cards of your library, because this one doesn't have reminder text on it.
Oh, it just says Hideaway 5.
Just says Hideaway 5. You know what that means.
It should just be parentheses, good luck.
Yeah. You look at the top 5 cards of your library, and you exile one of them face down under this, and then you put the other on the bottom of your library in a random order. It used to be any order. They've changed Hideaway. Then it continues. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, create that many 1/1 green and white citizen creature tokens. Then, if you control 10 or more creatures, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost.
Okay. Kind of interesting. So the timing gets weird.
Yeah, because you have to do it when you attack.
Right. So you attack, it makes the things, then it checks to see if you have 10.
You cast it then. It's not like you get to do it later.
Here's whatever it was. Yeah. So that does make it a little awkward for cards that you would prefer to cast at a very specific time. But still, free cards is good. The one thing about this is, can I actually attack? Right. Like, either I have to be ahead on board or I have to have an evasive card.
You got to start that train rolling before it can balloon.
Yes. But if I can, I'm in.
Next we have Ognis the Dragon's Lash, who casts for, bear with me, 1 generic mana, a Rakdos hybrid, a red, and a Golgari hybrid.
Okay. So this is a 4 mana Jund or red, or red, green, or red, black.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. For a 3/3 legendary Viashino warrior with haste, whenever a creature you control with haste attacks, create a tapped treasure token. I like, that's a new thing too. That's on more than one card where they're like, it's too powerful to give you free treasure tokens. But what if we tap them first? You get a tap treasure token, so you can't use them right away.
Yeah. Look, we were talking about this card and I was saying I never would have come up with that design because I'm like not a good enough game designer. For different reasons, I never would have come up with that design. That is bizarre. Rewarding you for having a bunch of haste creatures and then being like, you get a treasure, but wait, it's
you gotta untap it first. Yeah. We got a treasure rogue double-sided foil token, and
that's pronounced rouge.
Oh, sorry, rouge. Yeah. And our last rare is we have a foil showcase fancy frame of Giada, probably Font of Hope. 1 and a white for a 2/2 angel with flying and vigilance. I think the story is that she doesn't know that she's an angel right away, I think.
Did you say 1 and a white for a 2/2 flying vigilance?
Yes.
Wow.
2 mana, 2/2 flying vigilance.
Is there other text on the card?
There is. Each other angel you control.
Is it a drawback?
No. Each other angel you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each angel you already control.
Oh, that's incredible. It's legendary.
Yes.
Okay, so there's the drawback.
Also, tap for white, spend this mana only to cast angels.
This card taps for mana.
Yeah.
Wow.
In white.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only hang up is a legendary, but we're gonna see this will see play for sure.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's really funny because looking at the card, just like reading it, and I said, "Does it have more text?" And it's like flying vigilance, and then there's just block
It has
of text with
way more
mana
text.
symbols and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. Well, that's incredible.
All right, so pretend that you're having a very decadent draft and you're drafting collector boosters.
Yeah. It's interesting because I look at Jada and look, that's a very, very powerful card, even if you don't have any other angels in your deck. So it would be worth considering.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, look, I'm brand new to this set. I don't know most of the cards yet.
Yeah.
But when I see a 3-color set, I think that they tend to slow down the format a little bit. And then, you know, to let people set up their mana. And what that usually means is that you want to go for bigger things, right? It becomes less emphasized on efficiency and more emphasized on flexibility and raw power.
Right.
So for that reason, this wouldn't be a windmill slam for me, though I may still take it because it is that good. Also, I have no idea how many other angels are in the set, and maybe I could do that.
It's more than you'd think, considering I thought that the angels had like gone away, but there's several angels in the set.
Yeah. I think for me, I would probably take Agnes the Dragon's Lash.
Good old Agnes.
Augie.
Very flexible mana cost.
Right. I mean, as much as I laughed at the kind of weirdness of like caring about haste creatures and the tap treasure tokens, and all, it's just powerful.
Yeah.
It is also a legend, but you know, it's limited. Who cares?
Yeah.
So I think I would take Agnes. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you like?
I don't know. Rabble rousing, maybe. I share your concerns with getting the first creature through. Shattered Seraph looks real nice, but it's so expensive.
Yeah. This card's good.
Cormella could be fun. Get some instant sorcery shenanigans going on.
Yeah, the reason I like Agnes a little better
I'm with you on Agnes,
is
though.
because of the mana cost being a lot easier. It looks more complicated when you see the hybrid mana symbols, but that means it's easier to cast, not harder. And Cormella demands the full Grixis, as you put it. So, so that's a thing too. So I think I would end up here. Where my heart is, like where this is fast forward. Format's been out a month.
All right.
And we open up this pack just for fun and say, what would we take? What I'm really hoping is that this is what I take. Spara's
headquarters. The Triome.
That I'm like, I don't care. I just take all the lands. I'm playing 5 colors and I'll figure out my, you know, which kind of angle I want to take.
I'm going to spend my first 5 picks in the draft taking fixing, and then we'll pick up the bombs in packs 2 and 3.
That's where I'd like to be.
Yeah.
But to start off, I think I would just take Agnes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, there we go. Thanks for joining us for the Crack Pack. Thank you, Marshall, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Pack. Yeah. If you want to send us a pack to open on the regular episode, you can do so to the address upon your screen. And a reminder, of course, that the Crack Pack and everything that we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. So thanks, everybody. I've been Graham. That's Marshall. Ben's been running tech. Matt edits these. Heather gets them online. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.